Good morning, grade 7 students. This is Miss Moni. Today we're going to continue our second chapter in Book 2, Ecosystems and Biomes. Please open your books to page 44, Lesson 1, Energy Flow in Ecosystems. The objectives of the lesson. In this lesson, we are going to describe how energy moves through the ecosystem. We are also going to describe how much energy is available at each level of an energy pyramid. What are food webs and food chains? Energy enters most ecosystems as sunlight and is converted into food molecules by producers. This energy is transferred to each organism that eats a producer and then to the other organisms that feed on these consumers. The movement of energy through the ecosystem can be shown in diagrams called food webs and food chains. To begin with, what is a food chain? A food chain is a series of events in which one organism eats another to obtain energy. The first organism in a food chain is called a producer. The second organism is called the first level consumer and it consumes the producer for energy. The third organism involved is called the second level consumer and it consumes the first level consumer for energy, and so on. So each level consumes the level before it to take energy. Can you think of examples about food chains? Let's check this example together. For example, a lion eats a deer that in its turn eats plants to obtain energy to live, grow, and reproduce. The plants here are called the producers. The first level consumers is the deer and the second level consumer is the lion. Let's look together at the figure illustrated below. Can you spot the first level consumer, the second level consumer, and so on? As you can see, the first level consumer is the grasshopper. The producer is the plant or the grass. The second level consumer is called here the frog. However, the snake acts as the third level consumer. The final consumer is the hog, and then the decomposer will decompose the hog when it dies. Most producers and consumers are part of many food chains, not only one. This makes up a food web. A food web consists of many overlapping food chains in an ecosystem. As you can see, this is an example of a food web. Can you think about another example of food webs? Just as food chains overlap and connect, food webs also interconnect. All the words food webs interconnect in what can be thought of as a global food web. This picture shows that we have lots of producers and first level or second level consumers that overlap together in overlapping or interconnecting food webs to form a global food web. What are energy pyramids? When an organism in an ecosystem eats, it obtains energy. The organism uses some of this energy to move, grow, and reproduce and carry out other life activities. This means that only some of the energy obtained will be available for the next level organism in the food web. You can look at this food energy pyramid. As you can see, as we go up the pyramid, the energy flow starts decreasing. So less energy is available for the consumer or the second level consumer or the next level consumer in the energy pyramid. The energy pyramid shows the amount of energy that moves from one feeding level to the other in the food web. The most energy is available at the producer level. As you move up the pyramid, each level has less energy available than the level below. The organisms at higher feeding levels of an energy pyramid do not necessarily require less energy to live than do the organisms at lower levels. There are usually few organisms at the highest level in the food web. As a conclusion, an ecosystem is a community of living organisms in conjunction with the non-living components of their environment, interacting as a system. Each organism has a role in the movement of energy through its ecosystem. Energy enters most ecosystems as sunlight and is converted into food molecules by producers. This energy is transferred to each organism that eats a producer and then to the other organisms that feed on these consumers. The movement of energy through the ecosystem can be shown in diagrams called the food web and food chains. As an assignment for next time, please study pages 42 till 47 from the book and copy the notes on your copybook. Homework assessment, page 47, and check the slides below to highlight the required information on your books. Thank you.